Hello, this is Starshot here to welcome you to my Let's Play of Castle in the Darkness. We last left off finding our way to the Sorcerer's Quarters and actually finding the last warp point we needed to find before facing off against the big bad boss of the final game. But there are quite a few other things we can do and pick up before we finally take him on. So let's go ahead and get started. Now before, the original idea was to actually go and get, or check out an area I hadn't gone to in the Sorcerer's Quarters before, but as it turns out, or actually, and I need to go back up there actually, there's actually a secret that I missed here, so it'll be faster just to come back up here. But like, there are a few things we're still kind of missing if we want to be able to get everything in the game. Like, for example, there's a page here. Darn it. And as you can see, it might be a bit difficult to get, but thankfully we are not too far away. So we should hopefully be able to get through this little area we're dealing with here. Okay, so the spikes do fall. I wasn't quite sure if they did or not. So, but I'll need to be careful with my jumps here, which is kind of what I had to do before. Okay, too far there. Like, because of how short the jump is, I want to see if I can at least drop the spike before getting there. And that's not how I want to do it either. But yeah, thankfully there is this nearby, so hopefully we should be able to get kind of what we're looking for here. Yeah, so it might be easier if I just simply kind of get past them here, by the looks of it, since you know, they don't really activate until you're at a certain part of the block, and with how little distance there is between you and the spike, it's probably better to try and do that. But as you can see, I'm having a bit of trouble trying to get the jump just right. But I figured after enough tries... Okay, that was close. Darn it. Alright, so I was able to get through the spikes. Now I have to deal with that next part there. I guess I find it weird that the wind's kind of blowing through this area right here. Oops. I always keep hitting that last spike there once I finally get through. But yeah, so there's actually quite a few spells left. A lot of them are actually through areas that we've already been to. I just missed them for one reason or another. Okay, that didn't work. Like, I guess I'm trying to, like, for now, this next part here, I'm trying to figure out the best way to deal with the blocks. So I can at least maybe wait and take my time here, instead of taking the, you know, taking as long as I did. I wasn't quite sure what happened there. I think the spike fell before I moved out of the way soon enough. But yeah, each of the spells kind of have their uses. Like, it could have been better if like, some of the boss battles I fought before could have turned out a bit easier if I had those spells. But you don't have to, if you think you're kind of fine with what you've got already. But like, the snow shield that we're using for that one boss, we definitely want to have. So let's see, what's the best way I can do this here. So I think what I need to do is try and hit one of the top blocks here to try and, you know, open that up. Like, kind of like that. There we go. And then maybe that way, that should allow me to kind of get above here. There we go. And there's that page we were missing. And of course the spikes are back, so now we have to deal with this again. Of course it wasn't too hard, but, you know, it'd be nicer if we didn't have to worry about this like that. Well, we did it once, let's see if we can do it again. This is kind of one of those challenges you'll face when trying to 100% complete the game here. There we go. There's 1, 2... Okay, darn it, I think I screwed up here. There we go. Okay. Darn it. I jumped too soon there. Well, that's the second time I've done it, so apparently if you do it enough times, you'll probably get it right. I guess I would have to ask the developer if, you know, creating some of the challenges that he did was really necessary or not. Like, in kind of my mind, you'd sort of feel like, sure, it's a great accomplishment being able to complete a difficult challenge, but you kind of have to gauge, like, because it is possible, but like, as you can see how many times it's taken me to do this, it'd be nice if it didn't take as many, but supposedly there is an achievement, if you guys want to know, that if you die 500 times, you get the last achievement in the game that you can pretty much do. Apparently I didn't do it before, somehow. There we go. But, yeah, if you die 500 times, you get the achievement to level 3 Undead. So, but I'm fine not getting that achievement, really. I think all that really means is that you're tenacious enough, and darn it, I almost had it there. That you're tenacious enough to actually do everything. Or that you're still going at it even though you've died that many times. So I seem to be getting better at least. There we go. And there we go. So, darn it. You would think having the double jump sometimes would make you accurate enough to not hit the spikes when you're trying to land, but such as the way things go. But okay, I'm getting a bit too precocious. No, I don't think that's the right word, but I'm getting too careless here. Kind of like just trying to go through it, or like, I guess it's kind of the idea that you sometimes don't think, just do it. There we go, almost. Come on. I'm trying to hit this. Okay, that's not gonna work. But thankfully it does respawn, so you just have to deal with the spikes again. So at least getting on that block will do it, but sadly missing that up, and which, like, I got it right all the other times, but here I am doing it here again. And of course I talked about getting magic spells, but I figured while we're here, we might as well make sure we get these pages left, because I think there was like a few pages here and there I still had left, but I had gotten most of them so far. There we go. Darn it. I kind of screwed up my own strategy for that. There we go. Got it there. Deep breath and... Darn it. I thought I had gotten through it that enough times, but no. I'm still not used to doing it the other way. Like, I've gotten a handle on doing it, you know, the usual way of just getting in. But even that, I still die a few times because I get a bit too quick here. I can't even remember when I last played this game and I was doing all the side stuff. And that's another thing, like it's not much ceiling really, so like it's nice that there is this save point here so that we can kind of keep doing it. That's probably the whole point of hiding this page right here. And of course I'm still jumping too soon here. But sorry, this is kind of boring for everyone involved, including myself, sadly. But you can at least enjoy my commentary here as I keep dying. Because I guess for the most part I could try to edit this, me trying all this number of times out, you know, and just save everyone the trouble, but, you know, this is kind of what you're gonna be dealing with as you're playing through the game. The number of tries it takes you will probably vary depending on, you know, if you get lucky or if you just have practiced it enough or you're just that good somehow, but there we go. Darn it. There we go. Got the page. Darn it. But yeah, so pretty much trying to get all the lost pages. I'm not sure if there's any like gameplay-wise what they do. I just know it's kind of part of the, or darn it, I didn't mean to do that. I'm getting distracted a bit here, but yeah, I'm not sure what all the lost pages will do once you get them all. If it does anything or not, for that matter. I'm pretty sure it should, or at least they're pretty good about that. There we go. That was a bit close, but there we go. Darn it. I keep jumping too early for that block. That's kind of my problem here. It could be I should just try to practice, but I can't really do that unless the spikes are there. So it'd be really nice actually if the spikes weren't there when I came back. Like, I feel like that's maybe one of the few things they could have done. I don't think there's much reason to have spikes respawn. Like, I can understand enemies, especially if you want to farm for stuff. You know, because, of course, in this game, you need to collect enough gold to do stuff. Darn it! I thought, like, for the most part, when you do the jump there, you don't really worry about the other spike, because as long as you hit the wall sometimes, on the, or the ceiling I should say, you usually pretty much avoid the other spike, but sadly I'm not having that kind of luck here. Ah, darn it. And now I have to redo this again. There we go. Like, for the most part, getting the page and getting to it aren't that bad. It's just this section here that keeps killing me no matter what. And I'd rather try and go through getting the page, and instead of just simply practicing, like, going through that back and forth, really, because, like, I think it's more or less just how often I can get the jump just right. So it's better if I just kind of have everything and try to get out, so when I do finally get it right, I can just simply move on and not worry about it. Darn it, I didn't mean to do that. Like, it'd be nice if there was like a secret entrance or another path we could take. Finally! Now I just have to get out of here first and survive here. Okay. Or actually, there is a faster way to get out of here. Instead of doing what I'm doing here. Or at least I want to get to the closest save point, so I don't have to worry about trying to do that all over again. So, now that that's taken care of, we can finally move on. So the first magic spell we'll be going after is in the Cave of Serpents. Now this one should be somewhat easy to find. I actually happened to miss it, but it's actually somewhere right after the boomerang, I think what I've heard. Yeah, here we go. Or not over here, but past here, I believe. Yeah, and of course the only way we can get here is if we have the swim ability. So you can't actually get it that soon, so another whole thing of backtracking. But for the most part, it's fairly simple. Oh, wait. Apparently I have to hit her at a certain way. But now we have the Soul Blazer. Let's see what it does. Oh, cool. It actually kind of sends out a wave of soul flames or something. So that's kind of cool. So that might come in handy for some of you out there who, against certain bosses, I'm not sure, like, maybe it might work better against the knight, the floating knight monster I kind of dealt with before. But who knows. But now that we've gotten that out of the way, we can move on to the next spell here. Of course, we'll need to get back to the warp point for it first. And I am trying to be careful enough so I don't die here. Because as I've said before, it's not the enemies that kill you, it's the traps. Which is the only problem with kind of progressing as you do. Damn it. Hey. Wait, which way was I going? Oh yeah, I just go this way. Down here. And to the warp. Which at least is simple enough, thankfully. And fast enough. So let's do this one last time. I don't want to have to do this again, seriously. You know, I've redone enough times things enough times as it is. Kinda wish I had found a save point though, but you know, there aren't really any save points from between here and back to the warp point for the most part. But thankfully, if we're backtracking at this point, then the mer woman there, or the snake lady, I should say, not mer woman, but you know, she's not too hard to deal with. And it is nice that, you know, there is a swim ability, of course. It's always kind of weird how you have to seem to get a relic to allow you to swim instead of you just being able to learn how, like most people do. I guess I do feel like swimming itself shouldn't be too hard to learn. Of course, I did actually get lessons in a big pool from when I was a little kid. So, of course, yeah, I guess it's like if you if you spent enough time around water, I'm sure you can figure it out, hopefully. There we go. So let's get out of here and move on to the next one. Now there are two choices. You can either go to Ruth's Mansion, because there's actually a magic spell there we missed, or go to the grand entrance, or the red area, which actually might be faster to go through the Windy Ruins for, but I guess I'll go ahead and take care of the thing for Alexandria here, or for Ruth's Mansion here. Or actually, I guess it could have been faster to actually go through a different path instead, now that I think about it. But we're kind of on a path now, and so it shouldn't take us too long to get there, hopefully. But it might have been faster to go from the warp point from the Cave of Serpents first. But at least since we did find a save point, we at least now have the spell now, so we don't have to worry about that. And of course, if you've missed anything, you could always pick up the boss battle over on top of the clock tower. That's something to make sure you do, especially if you want to get the next spell after this one here. But as you can see, with our current strength and armor as it is, we don't really have to worry about any of the enemies, and a lot of the traps aren't too bad. And I actually heard, if I remember, there's actually a secret here that we can pick up. Here we go. So, another reason to kind of go this way, at least. Ah, darn it. Oh well, we should be close enough. But I guess things are getting along a bit too long, so join us next time as we continue our way through the forest to get up some more magic. So until next time, have fun gaming.